Hello, cats and kittens, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Buttons. It's the video game show that shows you that video games are about more than just pressing buttons, and I am your host, KittenDyeKitten, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can draw SS spells every time in War of Wizards. We will be going over how to draw water elements, fireball, Imperial command, machine gun, cursing, Tai Chi sky, slime legion, hurricane, blood-sucking bats, gunman's oath, and healing. If you don't see a spell you would like me to cover, let me know which one I should go over next in part 2. Now, without any further delays, let's pounce right into it. Follow me. First up is the water element spell. You start with the basic circle, the biggest circle you can from an arm swing. The next circle is going to be a little bit tricky. Imagine there's 3 circles from starting from your big one, getting smaller into the middle, kind of like a target. You want to draw out of these 3 circles the middle one. Now that you have your 2 circles down, we can begin to draw the water. Now, the water is just 2 wavy lines that begin at the bottom and end at the top. I will demonstrate it. So,
good. Perfect.
Voila. Some pro tips when drawing the water element. Your middle circle can be a little closer to each other. I can demonstrate here. As long as your wavy lines are good and solid, you can be a little bit more lenient on the circle area. But likewise, you can also be perfect on the second circle and be a little bit more lenient on your waves. So it's really your choice what you want to focus on. Your outside circle is going to be perfect no matter what. The sweet spot is the second line and these waves right here. All right, cool. So yeah, that's how you draw the water element, man. Next up, I'm gonna be showing you how to draw an SS fireball. First thing you're gonna wanna do is start with a big circle. Start with the line almost to the middle of the circle, and then draw it down diagonally towards the bottom of the circle. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Now, starting from the left side of the X, draw your first small lazy S. Then you're gonna draw your big lazy S. And finally, you're gonna wanna draw your third lazy S to complete the fireball spell. Start from the bottom and at the top.
Good. Perfect.
Okay, so when drawing an SS fireball, some of the sweet spots that you're gonna need to feel out are the positioning of the X is crucial. It's very important, and you wanna make sure that it extends longer than these S's. Pro tip, and the best way I know to practice, is to just remain calm and breathe. Draw it slow and steady. Always keep an eye on your opponent. You can draw the circle fast and take a quick look at your opponent. Then you can draw your X and check your opponent again. Then start drawing your S's one at a time. Make sure you make the big one as big as possible and the little ones as little as possible so the proportion is right. And then you're ready to fire. And that's how you draw an SS fireball in War of Wizards. Next up, I will be showing you how to draw Imperial command SS spell in War of Wizards. First thing you're gonna wanna do is start with a big circle. And next, you're gonna wanna draw the center circle. Now that you have your 2 circles drawn, let's draw the flag. And you start at the bottom and don't release until you're done. Here are the pro tips. So what you're gonna wanna do is start with a big circle, easy peasy. Now what you're really gonna wanna focus on is this middle circle. If you can get this middle circle down, all you have to do is draw the flag in proportion to the middle circle. So, and we're gonna start at the bottom, and we're just gonna go straight up until we get to the halfway point of the circle. And then we're gonna start drawing our flag, go out, and then in to about halfway down the stick. And that's how you draw SS Imperial command. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw an SS machine gun in War of Wizards. First things first, you're gonna wanna start with a big circle. Then start drawing your top circle. And then your right circle. Next, you can do your left circle. And last but not least, you draw your bottom circle. And that's how you draw an SS machine gun in War of Wizards. One pro tip for drawing the machine gun is knowing where its sweet spot is. And the sweet spot is, it is a square. It is a square about this big around. And you want that square to be there. But you're not gonna draw that square. The circles are gonna make that square appear. So when you draw the circle up top, and you draw the circle on the right, and you draw the circle on the left, and you draw the circle on the bottom. You need to make sure that you are drawing to make this square fit. And you need to just imagine that this square is here. That way you can make sure these circles are proportioned and big enough. The edges of the circles are going to be close to the square. And then the other edges of the circles are going to be close to the outside of the big circle. So draw one on the top, one on the right, one on the left, one on the bottom. Perfect. And there you have it. And an invisible square in your machine gun, ready to power up and draw that SS. Next, I will be showing you how to draw an SS rank cursing spell every time. Once you have your circle, we are going to start with the eyeball. Next, the winky line. We're gonna come back across to the other side with the middle line. And then we're gonna draw the teeth. Draw one teeth below the eye, draw one teeth in the center, and draw one teeth below the winky face. Draw the fuse on top and cap it. Some key things to remember when drawing the cursing spell. When proportioning the eyes, you're gonna wanna picture 4 individual slices in a pie and draw it center proportion-wise to where it's at on the pizza. Likewise, you're gonna do the same to the other side. Speaking of pizzas, we have the perfect opportunity to show you where to draw the teeth. I know I've said it before, but it is below the eye, dead center, and below the winky eye. One pro tip is not to draw your original circle too big, because then you will not be able to reach this perfect handle and get an accurate rating.
Good. Perfect.
That is how you draw SS rank cursing spell. I'm moving on to the next one. And now I'm gonna be showing you how to draw the Yin-yang sky spell, SS rank. First, we're gonna start with a regular big circle. Next, we're gonna draw an S in the middle of the circle. Next, I like to draw a small circle on the bottom half. And then I draw this little circle on the top half. And the S is the key, it's the sweet spot, so to speak, for this spell. If you can get this S right, then the rest of the spell will fall in line. Now, when you look at the top, your S can start here, or it can start over here. One important thing to note is that these 2 circles need to be straight. Common mistake I see people make is they don't make their S wavy enough. You really have to swing your arm pretty far to hit this wave here. You take up a lot of the circle here. There's all this you don't even touch. Common mistake I see people make is they will draw the circles first and then they will draw the S. Now that is doable. That's how you draw an SS Yin-yang spell.
Great. Perfect.
Oh, I found it. I found it, guys. Take that. Up next, I'm gonna be showing you how to draw SS rank Slime Legion. First, you're gonna start with a medium circle. Once you have your middle circle, you're gonna start by drawing the left eye. Then, you're gonna draw the right eye. Next, come down in the middle and draw that smiley face. Last but not least, you're gonna wanna draw that crown. The best way I know how to practice drawing this spell is just by drawing the smiley face without its crown. And if you are able to get a B size and a C accuracy and be able to cast it, then you are good enough to draw the crown and make it an S like that. But I don't think it's like that. I think it's more of a cat face, like a One thing to keep in mind when drawing the crown, it should start from just a little bit to the right from the top of the head, and it goes not a quarter of the way, but half of a quarter of the way, right around 3 o'clock. And that's everything I got for you on how to draw an SS rank Slime Legion. Next up, I'm gonna be showing you how to draw an SS Hurricane. First thing you're gonna wanna do for this is draw a line right around your head, just a little tiny curved line. Next, you're gonna wanna draw another curved line right below that, kind of around your waist area. Next, what you're gonna wanna do is take one step over to the right and draw a half circle, one at the head, one at the waist, step to the right, and spin. And that, my friends, is how you draw an SS rank hurricane in War of Wizards. Next, I will be showing you how to draw an SS rank blood-sucking bats in War of Wizards. I like to draw my bats in one solid motion, starting from the bottom and going all the way from the right. So I will, from the middle, I start from the bottom, take a step right, and then I go back to the middle, and I go up with the ear, down, come over with the little forehead, come up with the other ear, and then come down to finish the head. Then take another step to the left, and then finally come back down in the middle. One key thing to note when drawing the bats: you start at the bottom and you come to the right, but when you're coming back over to the middle for the head, you want to stop right before the middle. It's important to find that sweet spot to where this forehead you have right here is in line with the bottom of the bats. So when you stop for your ear, stop a little bit before the middle, come up for the ear, down, forehead, ear, up, and then over. The accuracy is going to be a little bit tricky, which is why we're paying attention up there. But just to make sure everything is in proportion, we need to make sure that we draw the bottom of the bats all the way down to the floor. You get SS bats every time. All right, so that was bats and then Gunman's Oath. Next up, I'm gonna be showing you how to draw Gunman's Oath in War of Wizards, SS rank. First, you're gonna start with the big rectangle up top. Then you're gonna come over here and draw the little handle on the bottom. Next, what you're gonna wanna draw is the trigger guard. And last but not least, you're gonna wanna draw the trigger. So from some pro tips when drawing the big rectangle from the start, I lean to the left and then I lean to the right. So we are also drawing, just like our bats, a very, very big gun. I like to draw my guns straight down. If my lines are straight enough, then they are good enough. The trigger is very easy, just from a 90-degree angle. Proportion-wise it to your gun. Make it look good. If you've ever seen a gun before, make the trigger guard proportionate to your gun. And last but not least, we're going to draw the trigger. The trigger is the sweet spot on this gun. If you really want that S, what you're gonna wanna do is put the trigger on this top line here. Also in the corner, but on this top line. And then you're gonna wanna come out into the center.
Perfect.
There, just like that. Once you figure it out, it's like riding a bike. You got it down. That is how you draw an SS rank Gunman's Oath in War of Wizards. Next, I will be showing you how to draw the SS rank healing spell in War of Wizards. First thing you're gonna wanna do is draw that oval. Next, I like to start with the vertical line for the cross. And last but not least, the horizontal line for the cross. One key thing to remember when drawing SS rank healing is it is as big as our regular circle. The only thing we're doing is taking this line out here and this line out here, and we're pushing it inward to right about here. Right about here. That's your oval right there that you want. It almost looks like an eyeball. And then when drawing this plus sign, once you have your big oval and it's all perfect and you got it the way you want, that's the sweet spot. All you gotta do is draw this cross, make sure it's big and proportionate to your oval. Don't draw a small cross. I see a lot of people drawing small crosses. Healing is pretty easy. You can just do it over and over again. Practice, practice, practice. Then you're good for the battlefield. Go take it out into the wild. And there you have it, cats and kittens. How to draw SS spells in War of Wizards Part 1. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to comment what spell you would like to see me do next in Part 2. If you guys want to see more, please hit that fluffy subscribe button and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys, bye!